So I was digging through some old gear in a drawer I have. I came across a box of random knives. These are knives that I've had a while. I don't know where I got some of these or what they even are, but today we're going to go through them together and see what we've got. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're watching today. Today I have a very interesting video for you. I'm going to go through some knives that I found in a drawer upstairs. I was just going through some stuff and I knew I had these but have completely forgotten about them. I don't know where a lot of them came from, and I don't know a ton about any of them. One of them I find is very interesting, but we'll get to that. But let's go ahead and just start. And if you guys know anything about any of these knives, if you have any information at all or even opinions, I would love for you to get in the comments and just kind of give me some information about them. That would be awesome. So let's go to the first knife. This is just a basic folder. It has like a white plastic and then the brass look to it. Very traditional, at least when I was growing up, it was very traditional. I'm pretty sure that it's a stainless steel, and it is made. The steel was made in Pakistan. It doesn't have any kind of a name brand that I could find, so it's just a basic folder. And the blade on this one is pretty rough. It is pretty beat up. I'll probably keep it around just because I like old knives. But this is the first one. I have one here that's very similar. It's actually really similar. Not exact, but pretty much identical, except for it's got the wood handle on it. This one here I actually used. I can remember when I was young, I used this one. I'm pretty sure this is it. The blade's a little loose on it. Once again, it says it's an Interpur stainless out of Hong Kong. Once again, it's a folder. The blade could probably be sharpened and maybe fixed up. It's still in good enough shape that actually, if I was able to kind of redo the finish on it and stuff and redo the blade a little bit, I could probably carry this one again. But this is just a basic folder. So there's that one. The next one, I wasn't able to find much on it. Google kind of said that it looked like it was, I guess what they call it, a French-made knife. There's no on the blade or anything. It just says it's stainless. Doesn't have any kind of a name on it that I could find. But it's actually in decent shape. If you guys know anything about this one, I'd love to know what this is. This one could be sharpened and probably be carried. Don't know what quality it is or anything like that. But it's definitely a different looking knife. So if you have any information, that would be awesome. So there's that one. This one here was interesting. This is I found it. I think they said it was the Panther knife, Victory and Hawk. You can get these. You can still get these. People collect them, I guess. If you can find a vintage one that's in pretty good shape, you can get them for about $20. So it was an expensive knife. This one is not in great shape. The lock doesn't work on it. You have to push the lock down to get the blade to stay, and it doesn't stay very well. It sticks. Now maybe a little bit of oil might fix that. The blade is stainless. It's stainless steel, and it's in decent shape. It's not very sharp. It could probably be sharpened, but I can't even see that I would be able to take it apart. Of course, I'm not a knife expert when it comes to taking them apart and stuff, so maybe you would be able to. I'll have to look that up. But it's kind of cool looking. It's got a hawk on one side, and then the other side it's got what looks like a panther, and then looks like a shotgun, and then has a revolver. Pretty cool little item. I might try to see if I can get it apart and try to tighten it up a little bit. I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. But this is a Victory and Hawk. So there's that. This one here, this is a big folder. I cannot remember for the life of me where I got this. The blades, as you can probably tell, the blade's rough. The blade is rough. It might be able to be redone. I don't know, guys, give me your opinion, what you think. Other than that, it's actually solid. The blade is not loose at all. It still has, it's kind of stiff, but it still has pretty good movement. It's a big knife for a folder like this. It might be able to be restored if I could get the blade in a little bit better shape. So tell me what you guys think about that. This one here. It's solid. Aside from the blade being a wreck, which I guess is kind of important, it's actually pretty solid. All right, so this is the last one. This is the only one, with the exception of this, where I found out it was a Victory Hawk. This is the only one that's actually a brand name. So this is an Imperial knife. I was able to find on the blade, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It has, let me see if I can get it up there. Nah, it's probably not going to work. It has Imperial Rhode Island, I'm sorry, Imperial Providence, Rhode Island, and then it has USA. So it is a USA made knife. It is a name brand. I didn't even realize, as you can see, it's definitely older. I didn't realize until I looked it up that it actually has what looks to be like a fish scaler on it. And I did some research on the Imperial knives. The ones out of Rhode Island, these originals, the company came out in 1916. It was at one time the largest knife producer in the United States. And so it, from what I can understand, it value price knives, folding pocket knives, and military knives. From 1916 till I believe 1941, it merged with Ulster Knife Company, and then it bought Schrade Cutlery Company, so Schrade Knives, in 1946. They were known initially for the innovative production methods. And so it enabled them to do mass production affordably. So back in the day, the best-selling knife was the Jackmaster. It was the top seller. In 1985, after a period of decline, from what I can understand, they renamed it to Imperial Schrade Corporation. That happened in 1985. And then in 2004, the operations ceased and the company went bankrupt. The Imperial and Schrade intellectual property, so the name and all of that good stuff, was purchased by Taylor Brands LLC. And right now, the brand is owned by Smith & Wesson, but it's no longer manufactured in the U.S. So if you guys know anything about this knife, let me know. They say that the knives that are still stamped Imperial from Providence, Rhode Island, that were made in the U.S. are still liked by collectors and stuff. And so this would be a knife I might be able to clean off the blade a little bit. It actually, and it could be, the blade's not in that bad a shape, so the blade could be sharpened. But I think this is an interesting knife here. And this is definitely the one that kind of piqued my interest more than any of them. Once again, I don't remember where I got them. And so that's kind of the weird thing, is I can't remember whether I picked it up at a yard sale, whether somebody gave it to me, I have no idea. But this one here, it seems to be at least something that people collect. So that's something there. So my two favorite finds was probably this one. It was one of the more interesting ones, and then obviously the Imperial that I found is definitely my favorite of all of them. So that's what I found, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. If you recognize any of these knives, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn more about them. And if you're looking for some solid EDC gear, check out my favorite picks in the links that I'm going to put below. I've got some great knives, lights, and other gear that I actually recommend. I just recently got my Amazon store up, my storefront up, so I will put a link for that. So go check it out. And you can go to my landing page, my solo page, and get to all of that stuff, which I'll also put in the links. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. Please hit the bell so you get notifications. Remember that my links, most of them are probably affiliate links. That helps out the channel. And so I appreciate anybody who uses them. I want to thank you guys once again for watching. And don't forget to be pocket ready and spirit steady. This is Pastor's Pocket EDC.